Hi, everyone. This is Ronnie Ann Ryan today with your love forecast for the month of March and my friend Moira Hutchinson. She is an intuitive cultivator and mindset mentor from wellnesswithmoira.com or the Facebook page of the same name. So, welcome, Moira.
Thank you, my dear. Thank
So
you.
excited. Spring is coming.
Yes, it is.
And, we had a lot of snow this year. We haven't had that much snow in years, but living here in Connecticut, but there's only little piles left because we've had a lot of rain, even though it's kind of cold out and it was like 19 degrees last night. But anyway, I bet if I go check, the crocuses are starting to pop.
Come. Yeah. Yep. And the
So,
birds are starting to sing. You can tell it's coming.
yeah, the happiest day of the year for me is the day I see those little crocuses. I'm like, yay! So, anyway, so much to talk about today with the love forecast coming up. So, do you want to kick us off?
Well, sure. As I just think about what's going on for us, I'm shuffling my tarot cards and I'll draw us a card. But like you just said, March springing into action, right? And the other thing is too, we have come through some really amazing shifts in the last couple of months.
That's for sure.
We had the Mercury retrograde, and then we had this big push into Aquarius, which was very light. Did you find that? I find it very light, very just being very aware of your own thinking.
Yes, I would say that was true. I did have a lot going on, so I can tell you that. But the other thing is it's a time to spring into action, and it's also a time for rebirth.
Yep.
We have equinox, which is the first day of spring on the 20th. And for me, the equinox, especially the spring equinox, has a lot of meaning. I'm not sure why it means so much to me, but I know that it's a time of balance too. And so when I got married, I had like a little secret wedding before my fancy wedding. And I didn't have a big wedding anyway, but I had like 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
And we were out in the backyard and we did a hand fasting thing on the 20th because I really wanted to start my marriage with balance.
That's beautiful. And it makes a lot of sense because if we start to live in rhythm with the seasons, during the winter months, we have less light. And that's the time to start planting the seeds of what you want to have germinate.
Right.
And then the beautiful thing about the spring energy is it starts to blossom. And so from a love perspective, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You start the flowers start to spring and the what you're putting your attention on is starting to germinate.
That's right. Very true.
Love perspective, germinating and trusting. And so what I was saying to you about the Aquarius energy, about the air and just really cleaning up any limiting thoughts and trusting you're in the right place at the right time. And then come into this new uplifting, sunny crocus, daffodils, all that beautiful energy. So let's see what tarot card will come out to help. Actually, it's quite interesting. The card that's come up is actually the Tower.
Tower?
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell us.
So, I just said to you about during the winter, we were planting the seeds. And then as we start to allow things to germinate, we're letting go of the rigidity. So the Tower symbolizes this kind of the rigid, the rigid construct of our own belief system. It's time. It's time to let it go, to actually open with your heart. And like I say, you're in the right place at the right time. And so this is like really, to me, it's almost like it feels like a really foundational card, clearing out all the limitations and going forward with a lighter, more airy, more connected with your core, with your heart energy. So I really quite like that. I know lots of people will go, oops, don't like the tower, but there is always something to then check in and see, am I speaking kindly about myself? Am I recognizing that I am creating the love that I deserve and desire?
Excellent, excellent, excellent point and advice. Because being aware, being cognizant of what's going on in your mind and the thoughts you don't even think and realize you're thinking,
Yeah.
they really do matter. And you can chip away at your self-confidence and feeling of worthiness, or you can be kind to yourself and build yourself up just like you would try with any child. You have to be kind to yourself. And I just recorded a podcast about being loving and how it's so essential to love yourself and be kind to yourself, because you're showing everyone else how to treat you.
Precisely.
So even though no one else can hear that nasty stuff you say in your head, it affects you. It affects your energy and affects how other people relate to you. So this is a great time to start noticing and being kind to yourself, because the more loving you are with yourself, the more love you have to share with the world, right?
Yep.
Something else about the tower that I recall, I don't know that much about the traditional tarot, but it's like a time where things get shaken up too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the idea that just landed for me in this and on the energy that you're saying is spring cleaning.
Yeah.
Right?
Good point. Good point. And making room. When you clean up, you're making room for something new. And spring is also rebirth. And so rebirth can be, sometimes it's a little shaky, but that's okay, because what comes out is rejuvenated and new and ready to go.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's a good way to start. So the next thing we're going to do is pick a card from my deck, the Elemental Wisdom. So let's just see what March has in store for us. Oh, how perfect. This is the tree.
Beautiful.
And the tree is very balanced. Like when I hold this card, you can see above and below, side to side. It's very centered, balanced, stable. And that's what I love about the tree. And that goes perfectly with what we were talking about, the equinox and balance.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of balance available. Now, something else from this card is, let me get it back in frame here.
Yeah.
You can really branch out.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, your roots are strong and firmly planted. And so you can branch out, reach out, and go for things and not fall over. You are grounded and well-rooted, so you can take a little more risk and take a little more chance, because it's the perfect time of year to do that. You have that solid foundation. And so that's why I really encourage people, take a little social risk and meet people. I mean, I know we still have the pandemic and everything, but wear your mask. And if you're nervous, avoid a first date kiss, but get out and meet some people.
Yep.
Because naturally, spring is a time when people start to open up to love anyway, right?
Yeah, and you can be outdoors too, which
and you can
it's easier,
exactly, right? Finally get outside. All right. So did you have another card for us?
Yeah, I brought out the Soulful Woman card deck because I love these. I love these ones. I actually often use these with my coaching clients and kind of get the guidance that we need from them.
Oh, that's nice. I just started doing card readings with my clients too, and it has been blowing me away. I am like so amazed at what comes out of it and the healing that we can do as a result. I've been really astonished. So it's been good for me. So I'm going to thank you for encouraging me. So go ahead. What do you have for us?
My pleasure. And guess what? This is so perfect. It's spot on with what we've just been talking about. The card that's come up for us is Loving from the Inside.
Oh.
Isn't
that gorgeous?
It's gorgeous. The artwork on this card deck is just amazing. But what I really like about it too is it gives us affirmations to go with that. So that really does feel so spot on with what we've both been saying so far. And the affirmation is, it is a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence.
The gift of my own
presence.
Presence. Beautiful.
Isn't that perfect?
That is
Give
really
ourselves
nice. Very powerful.
Yeah.
And it's so important to acknowledge yourself, because that's going beyond being kind, but to really acknowledge who you are, where you've come from, where you've grown, what you've done, and what is coming up for you, right?
Absolutely.
So
Yep.
that is awesome. All right. Well, the last card I'm going to pull today is from the Goddess deck, and I love these too.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, we just came off a full moon, which was on
Saturday.
it was Saturday morning at like 3 a.m. or something weird, at least on the East Coast. So, which is of course a great time to let go of things where you have the most light release.
Mm-hmm.
And so that just goes along with everything else, because releasing before the birth is the right thing to do.
Yep.
All right, so let's pick a card here. What's in store for the love forecast for March? Let me get it in the frame here. Guinevere, true love.
Perfect.
We got such a month of love happening here.
We certainly do.
It's amazing. The romantic stirrings in your heart have propelled the universe to deliver great love to you. So this is what I want to challenge all our viewers. I want to challenge you to find the love you already have.
Yeah.
So that you can feel good and open up to the love that might be coming your way, and that's possible. Because, all of us have love in our life. You might have colleagues that love you and appreciate you. You might have neighbors, family, friends, even extended family. Your pets love you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Love. So there's so much love available to you that the more you take that in, the more you feel it, the more you recognize it and acknowledge it and yourself, the more you can attract. It makes you like a magnet.
It does. It does. It's like remembering that you are the center dot, and that the more you embody that loving presence, the more it ripples out further and further and further.
Absolutely. And that's why, we often talk about love vibes and your vibration and what does that even mean or whatever. Well, we are energetic beings, and even scientifically, we have electricity that runs our body, That's what makes the heart keep going and stuff. So since we are energy, we are a vibration, we have a frequency, and the more time you spend loving yourself, being in touch with the love that's available, the higher your vibe goes and the more attractive and magnetic you become. So let me tell you, this is a month that looks from the cards like things are set up to really feel love. So let me challenge you to find that love in your life. Appreciate the love and yourself. Appreciate other people in your life, right?
Yep.
Anything else?
No, and just, I really think that the key piece here is that idea of the house cleaning, right? Make sure that every word you say about yourself, to yourself, every thought about yourself, to yourself, is about love. Be that loving presence.
Yes.
And you're guaranteed to see love everywhere you are.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot available, and we hope you take advantage of it. Moira, as always, thank you. Such a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Love doing this with you. I appreciate you for sure.
I appreciate you too. Thank you.
All right, everyone. Until April, have a fabulous, loving month.
Have a beautiful month. Thanks, Ronnie. Bye.